So today we're going to do my beauty bank. I didn't do it last week, but we are here. We are doing it. I think it's going to be a quick video because I don't really have too much to share. Usually in these videos, I go through any new makeup I've received or bought in the previous month, any new empties I have, or maybe new eyeshadow pans or makeup pans that I've hit. And then I also go through any empties. I maybe discuss my pan percentage if that is of interest. I will be doing that today because I do have a little bit of an update, which is pretty cool. And at the end, I go through any movies I've seen in the last month, maybe TV shows, maybe music, just anything that kind of tickles my fancy and something that I want to talk about because it's more like a monthly wrap up. Like, how has my month been? So, how was October for Gabby? Well, let me tell you, October was a really, really long month. I don't know what happened. It felt like a January. You know how January lasts like 3 months? This October felt really, really, really long, not in a good way. I don't know why it stretched on for so long. I think I've just really lacked some motivation this last month. I'm actually finally starting to feel like myself again. I don't know what happened. I don't know where I've been, but I feel like I've been very, very lost in life and also just like what I want to do with this channel. Do I want to carry on with this channel? What am I doing with myself? But I feel way more centered right now. I feel a little bit more like clear-headed. I kind of know what I want to do. So it was a weird month for sure. It was a hard month. I would say a difficult month for me. To definitely just like navigate, and it just felt like it never ended. So I was very happy for it to end. We didn't do anything for Halloween. We're not huge Halloween people, but my son did get a bunch of sweets. Like we did do that at least, and we watched some spooky stuff. So yeah. Well, actually, we didn't really watch anything spooky. I thought it was going to be spooky, but let's get into like makeup stuff because maybe you don't care about that. For the beginning of this video, let me just go through any makeup pans that I might have hit in the month of October. I don't want to spoil my projects because some of them are coming up. And this is a great way for me to spoil them. So when I say, oh, I hit pan in this eyeshadow pan, it's going to spoil it for the actual project. So all 3 of the pans that I've hit in the month of October are all spoilers for either my Pan Those Eyeshadows, my Pan in Every palette, or my Pan That palette. So I'm just going to show you the palette where I've hit a shade on. If you follow those projects, you're probably going to know which shade inside the palette I've hit pan on, but I'm not going to show you the pan, if that makes sense. I just didn't want to. I didn't want to spoil it for you, but I have hit 3 eyeshadow pans. The first eyeshadow palette that I've hit pan on is this one right here. We're going to just move on. The next one is my Shadow Kiss from Alter Ego. It's one of my Pan That palettes. I've hit pan in one of the shades. I almost hit pan in another shade actually, so I might have 2 pans by my next update. Who knows? I've also hit pan in the Delicious Delights from Cosmic Beauty. So those are all little quick little spoilers. You will have to see the pan coming up in the next project. I think the next update I have that will be relevant to any of those will be my Pan Those Eyeshadows. So stay tuned for that. That will be coming this week. Okay, let's move on to any makeup empties. I do actually have skincare empties here too. I also have perfumes because I recently did a perfume collection video and I realized I have a couple things that are completely empty. I kind of need to just like call them done. So the first one I have is this perfume splash little mini sampler. I was sent this years and years and years ago when I first started my channel. It had a gorgeous scent, but there's no product left in here. So this one is now officially an empty. I think what's cool about this was they were refillable, I believe, but I don't have a refill and I don't know if they still exist. So whatever. Anyway, this one is an empty. I also have this one. This was in just a body mist. This is from B Beauty and it was melon smelling and it was really nice actually. So this one is also done. So that one is officially an empty. I'm going to do like a massive empty sort of video at the end of the year where we go through all of my empties because I did one mid-year and I figured let's just do one at the end of the year. I did finish a makeup item though this last month. I did speak about this in my project pan, so this is officially an empty. The Magic Touch concealer. Yeah, this was a chore to finish, but I did it, and I'm very, very pleased that one is done. I also finished 2 face cleansers. So I finished this one. This is from Gloss Gods. It's their Skinderella Magic Melt Shake. It's the Watermelon and Milkshake Cleanser. I have a gripe with this. I really liked the product inside. I really just hate the packaging. Every time I open this up, well, initially when I first got it, I would open it up, and I'm not kidding you, the product would just pour out because they don't have a good cap. Like, this part here is just too wide open that everything fell out. There's nothing stopping all of the product from falling out because it's a very liquidy product. So I lost a lot of this for that reason. If you're gonna put product in here, have a better stopper so we don't lose the product, because I lost a lot of product using this, and eventually I would have to tip it like this, open it like that, which is just kind of stupid, right? Because you're naturally gonna leave it like that, and probably, I don't know. It was just a little gripe that I had, but the actual cleanser itself was really nice, and it did remove makeup and wash my face and cleanse it, and I really enjoyed it. I also, I'm calling this done. I cannot get the last little remnants out of here. I leave it upside down and nothing comes out. So this is from Feel Free, and this was huge. It took forever for me to get through this. This is the Facial Cleansing Milk. I don't really like a cleansing milk, but you know, there was so much in here, I had to get through it. It is finally done. This is 200 ml, and yeah, I can't get that product out. So this one is done. So I finished those 2. I also decluttered an item earlier in the month. I decluttered this. This is my Essence Fix and Last 14-Hour Loose Powder. I did roll it into my project pan, but I realized pretty early on I don't want to project pan this at all. I would just hate pan it. So this one is actually a declutter. So I'm just going to put that to the side and forget about it. So yeah, those are all the pans that I've hit this month and all of the items that I've finished. In my beauty bank, I used to just count the makeup items, you know, that I finished to add towards my point system. So technically I've only, you know, finished 1 makeup item this month, which is absolutely fine, but I wanted to just share kind of everything because, you know, I don't finish that many products very much. As a project planner, you know, it is nice to be able to say things are empty. So yeah, I actually don't have any other facial cleanser, so I had to buy one yesterday, a really cheap one. I don't even know. I tried it last night. It's more like an exfoliant, but whatever. I only have 1 left because I have like makeup removers, but they're not really cleansers. So I really need to invest in a good cleanser. So if you can recommend me any good facial cleansers, let me know. I really do prefer it if they can remove makeup as well, so I don't need to double cleanse. So yeah, any suggestions, please let me know, because I am on the lookout for some, because I don't have any left. I've gone through them all. Moving on, I usually go into any new makeup that I brought into my collection, but I did not get any new makeup this last month. Go me. I'm actually doing really well. It you know, kind of helps that I don't really have this huge chunk of money to spend on makeup anymore. It's just not gonna happen. I've really decided to not splurge if I don't feel it necessary to have that new makeup item in my collection. So I really have not been buying that much at all. Obviously, I did bring in more stuff in September. It was my birthday month and I got some PR, but otherwise this month I didn't feel the need to buy anything. Now, what I will say is I will need to buy a new mascara at some point because I'm down to my last one. So that will definitely be coming up. But I think, quite honestly, I'm either going to be receiving new makeup or I'm just going to see what happens with Black Friday, because obviously we're the Black Friday month. So we'll see if there are any good deals coming about. There's definitely lots of eyeshadow that I want to try, but I also just have so much, and a lot of what I have is getting older and I just want to enjoy what I have. So as much as I appreciate reviewing new palettes or getting new palettes in my collection and that little boost that it gives you when you do get something new, I think I've kind of just realized I really like using the stuff that I have. So that might carry on. I might not buy anything for Black Friday. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I did not buy any new makeup items this month, so there's nothing to share. So I think that's why this video is going to be super quick, because I did get those new eyeshadow pans. I've had a look at my pan percentage and it is over 10%. For the longest, that has been my goal, to have a 10%. It's 10 0.17% now. So I have 129 eyeshadow pans in my collection, and that is a huge, huge number. I did not realize it was so big. I remember it being like in the 60s, and I was so proud of that. And now it's 129, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, I'm just trucking along. I think it's obviously helping that I'm not buying eyeshadow to be able to get in the 10% range. So now maybe we can get like 15%. Let's like keep it going. Let's see, you know, especially if I'm not buying anything, let's just keep going. Let's see how far I can push this. So anyway, that is my pan percentage, which is really, really super cool. Anyway, I think that's kind of it in terms of makeup related information. I don't really have anything else to talk about for this video, so I said it was going to be super short. However, I do want to do a quick little mention of a few things. So I have been listening to more music this month. I just want to shout out Lily Allen's new album. I think obviously there's controversy depending on whose side you're on. I think there's a lot of hate towards her. It might be warranted, it might not. I don't really care about the drama all that much. Obviously, I know what happened with her husband and everything. Do I think it's the best thing to air it to the world, what really generally happened behind closed doors? Maybe not, but also it's not my life. It's their life. I don't really care. Every artist does it. Nobody really shouts at other people that do it, like Taylor Swift, you know, like she does it every time. So why is it such a big deal that somebody else has done it? What I generally love is that this album is actually really good. If you actually listen to the album to its entirety, to like from start to finish in the right order, it is a very, very pretty sounding addictive album. It's not the sweetest album in the world at all. It obviously deals with a lot of adult themes and content and whatnot, but I actually have been listening to that album nonstop for the last week and a half or whatever, how long it's been out. And I think it's really, really good. I'm not a Lily Allen fan. I would never have said that I would love an album of hers ever, but this one I think is really good. Some of the songs are just like in my head over and over and over again. The more I listen to the album, the more I appreciate it and enjoy it. So quite honestly, it's definitely a grower for me, and it's kind of all I've been listening to. So I just wanted to put it out there. I really, really enjoy it, regardless of whether she should do it or not, and you know, whatever. I don't care about that. I actually just like the music, so I thought that was really good. So I've been enjoying that. Any movies? I'm going to be quick because my battery is dying. I don't know why my camera's going to die, because it's been charging for days, but whatever. So we watched Weapons. So this is on HBO, and it is very different to what I didn't really know what it was. I'd seen the trailer and I thought, okay, that looks kind of weird. That's kind of spooky and interesting and kind of eerie. We watched that I think we watched that on Halloween, and it it was weird. It's a weird movie. It's weird. It's definitely weird. I don't know what it is. There's so many different movies and like TV shows where they like to do different perspectives. So there's like, you have one person perspective, and then they flip to somebody else's perspective. We've now recently seen 2 movies that have done that, and also a TV show that did that. So this movie does it where you follow a lot of different perspectives of something happening. I don't want to give it away as to what this movie is about. It's definitely, I guess, a horror. It's just a weird movie. I did like it though. I did. If I had to rate it, I think it's a 3.5 out of 5. I liked it. I thought it was better than some movies. We also watched The House of Dynamite. I love Rebecca Ferguson. I think she's one of my favorite actresses, and anything that she's in, I enjoy watching her. There's just something very charismatic about her. I just think she's a very good actress, and I have always really liked her. So I was very interested in watching this. Sadly, she's only in it for like 30 minutes at the beginning of the movie, and then this is another movie where you have different perspectives of just one situation happening. It's an interesting concept, but it was a very depressing movie at the end of the day. It's not a movie where you leave it feeling good. And I guess it did it on purpose, but I really didn't like the way they ended it. We were expecting them to end it the way that they did, and they did, and I was just like, I could have saved 2 hours of my life not watching this. But we watched that. We also, some TV shows. I'm just going really quick because my camera is going to die. We, well, actually, I watched Love is Blind, the latest season, and that was like the worst season. I think maybe I mentioned this in another video. I don't really know. I think that was the worst season that they've ever done. And even before all the episodes were out, like just from the first episode, I just could tell I just wasn't interested in it. I don't know. And then I've been watching Selling Sunset. This is another show that I have watched every single season, reality show. I love it. It's just so bad, but I just love watching all these women and what they're wearing and all the plastic surgery that they have, and yeah, of course the beautiful homes and everything. It's just like a life that I will never have and never see, but I like to just be a fly on the wall. And also a lot of it's all fake as well. It's just silly nonsense reality TV, so I've been watching that. We did watch Wayward. I don't know if I mentioned this in my last video, but we watched Wayward. That might have been right at the beginning of October, maybe it was the end of September, I don't really know, but we watched that. I thought this was going to be really, really good, but I actually think it wasn't very good. I was very disappointed. I read some articles that it was a very scary show. There was nothing scary about this show, so that was really, really, really disappointing. We kept watching it, expecting the spookiness to come, and it never did. And then one other thing that we watched recently, and I don't know, again, if this was this month or right at the end of September, but we watched Alice in Borderlands, which we'd already seen the first season, or the first 2 seasons. I can't remember how many seasons there are. And we completed that and we watched that. I really enjoyed it, but I felt like the season wasn't as good. But yeah, we've just been watching some stuff. Most of it's been crap. My camera's about to die. So thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you would like to follow me along with all of these projects. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.